inmates of Reddit, what's one truth about prison outsiders rarely see? I remember walking into that place like it was yesterday. County lockup for women, the kind of spot that smells like bleach and regret from the second you step through the gates. My name's Jessica, but nobody really gave a shit about names unless you were trading favors or starting drama. I'd done 6 months for some dumbass check fraud thing, nothing violent, just stupid desperation after my ex cleaned out our savings and bounced. Figured it'd be like the movies, tough broads lifting weights, maybe a shank fight in the showers, but no, it was way more mundane and messed up than that. Sex was everywhere, and it hit different in a women's joint. Not like the screaming matches you'd hear about in the men's yards. It was casual, almost bored, like everyone was just killing time until chow. Guards, mostly these middle-aged dudes with beer guts and wedding rings they forgot about, would pull girls into storage closets for a quick blowjob in exchange for an extra pack of smokes or some commissary cash. I'd see it happen right out in the open sometimes, like in the laundry room. One guard, this sleazy prick named Ramirez, had a rotation going. He'd wink at you during count, and if you played along, you'd get double portions at dinner. A lot of us had guys on the outside, boyfriends, husbands, who would have her, but that didn't stop shit. Boredom's a hell of a drug when you're staring at the same four walls for 23 hours a day. And between inmates, forget it. Lines for meds or rec time turned into make-out sessions real quick. Girls fingering each other just to pass the weight, giggling like it was no big deal. Gay for the stay, they'd call it. And damn if that wasn't spot on. I hooked up with this one chick, Sarah, a couple times, nothing serious. Just mutual stress relief after lights out. We'd whisper about our lives before, how we'd never even looked twice at a girl outside, but inside, rules don't apply. It's survival, or maybe just not going insane alone. The real currency, though, wasn't sex like in the old stories. It was sanitary stuff, good tampons and pads. Those were gold bars. The county-issued ones were like sandpaper wrapped in plastic, useless for anything but plugging a leak in the worst way. You trade a whole week's worth of ramen for a box of the soft kind, the ones with wings that actually stayed put. We all sensed up after a month or two, like some twisted menstrual moon cycle. I'd hoard extras from my period, stash them under my mattress, then flip them during Shark Week for the girls who were bleeding out. One time, this wiry little hustler named Mia smuggled in a pack of adult diapers, don't ask how, probably up her cooch. During visiting, she paraded around like royalty for a solid week, tearing them into makeshift pads and undergarments. Girls lined up to beg for scraps, offering up candy bars or laundry duty. It was hilarious and pathetic all at once, watching grown women barter over absorbent cotton like it was coke. But the part that still gets me: how it breaks people. Not everyone bounces back. We got this new fish one intake night, an 18-year-old kid named Olivia. Skinny as hell, with that fresh out of high school glow, straight to report C. Are tucked in her pocket like a talisman. She was in for boosting clothes from a mall, some petty theft to impress a shitty boyfriend. Super polite, the type who says ma'am to the COs and apologizes for breathing too loud. Called home every Sunday, crying about missing her dog. I took her under my wing at first, showed her how to knot her sheets for a hammock, warned her about the cliques in the pod. She was all wide-eyed gratitude, this innocent good girl vibe that made the rest of us feel like ancient relics. Fast forward a year, right before I shipped out on good behavior, Olivia, gone, replaced by some hollowed-out version with fresh ink crawling up her arms, roses, skulls, a teardrop under her eye that screamed, I've seen shit. She'd hooked up with Big Tina, this bull dyke who ran the black market for pills, and suddenly Olivia was Tina's full-time bitch. Fetching trays, washing